Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa here today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about grieving for the loss of a pet. Many of us as human beings, we connect with animals, we build relationships with them, and when they leave us, it breaks our heart. It really hurts. And we try to find a way to fill that void because our love doesn't feel like it has any place to go. Some people fill those voids by getting another pet. And that's good if that works for them. I recently lost my dog. It's been a little over a month. It's gotten easier, but I still have my moments. I can't imagine replacing him, at least not right now. He just felt so special that I would constantly be trying to compare another dog with him, and I wouldn't want to do that. When he first left, it was really a deep sense of loss. And people who don't connect with a pet don't know what that feels like and may not understand us. But I've been working through it in different ways. For example, I have some mementos left from him. Working with my vet, I'll probably do a video on that eventually to show you what I ended up doing. I'll make some sort of display and show what I ended up developing in his memory. I also put together a video showing his growth from a little cute puppy to a mature dog and a very aged dog. That was helpful for me. I'm still looking through some of my old photos and videos, and I think I'm going to go ahead and make a playlist. My dog's name was LJ, so I'll probably call it something like Remembering LJ, just because it's helpful for me to keep the memory alive of him. I still have his leash and his collar. I still have his bed next to me on the side of my bed, and I have not washed it yet. Those of you who have a pet that you've lost, you understand. I don't even want to lose the scent of him by washing that bed, and it's still there. One of my last memories of LJ was rubbing my feet on him while he was lying down in his bed. And sometimes when I get up in the morning, I will rub my feet on his bed and remember those moments. A lot of times these days, I think I'm okay. There are times it sneaks up on me when we go someplace or do something. It just creeps in and I burst out crying. In the beginning, I did really cry for a couple of days. I thought I was doing better, and then when I got LJ's ashes, his remains, back from the vet, along with other memories of him, and I read on the top of his urn, "Meet you back at the Rainbow Bridge," or something to that effect, and I just lost it. I cried so hard, and my husband, who was kind enough to drive me to pick up the items, I made him cry because I was crying so hard. But I just want you to know, it's okay to feel this way. Talk to people who've lost pets. I find that very helpful because they understand. They don't judge us for having such a strong connection with our pets that we grieve for them. Talk about your pet with other people who knew him or her. For example, my neighbor, she used to watch my dog LJ when we would take vacations, and he loved her almost as much as he did us, and she really loved him too. And I felt so good about leaving him with her. The next day after I said goodbye, she brought me a couple of gifts, and I'll show those to you, but they made me cry also. So in a future video, I'll show those when I have my full display of LJ up. Whatever you decide to do to remember your pet, it's okay. It's normal. It's normal to feel fine and then suddenly just break down and not even know why, and you realize you're really missing your pet. It's an adjustment. That was an important relationship, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It was just a dog. It was just a cat. It was just a ferret. We know better than that. And I just wanted to share one final thought. In my case, I had to say goodbye to LJ because it was very clear that he was suffering. And it was a hard decision. But I don't think it would have been right of me to prolong his life and let him be in pain just to be there for me. It was a two-way relationship. Excuse me a moment. Not only was he my dog, I was his person. And in our partnership, neither one of us wanted the other to suffer. So as hard as it was for me, I made that decision. And I don't want to dwell on, did I do the right thing? I don't want to dwell on how long had he been suffering. None of us needs to feel that burden. Life is hard enough. There's no reason to torture ourselves. That was a relationship. That was a commitment. And we loved each other, just as you loved your pet, or currently still love your pet. So again, I really want to emphasize, there's no need to feel guilty. What we should do instead is treasure our memories and be grateful that we were given the opportunity, the blessing, to have that wonderful creature in our lives for as long as we did. Just one final thing I want to share. In one of my recent videos, someone commented that I have a voice that really lends itself to calming people down and maybe making videos that focus on that. So I may experiment with that a little bit every now and then, just put a relaxing video out. No real message other than just taking deep breaths, appreciating life where we are. Anyway, you'll hear more from me in the future as I put out some other videos featuring LJ and photographs I have, or snippets of videos that I have in his memory honoring him. I thank you for being with me today. I hope that in some way this video spoke to you if you're grieving for a pet, and it reiterated that there is nothing to feel guilty about. If you gave your pet all your love and took care of him or her the best you could until the very end, that is what you should be focused on, and that's what your pet would want you to remember as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Take care.